This is Dolany TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good morning. I really don't know what to say at this point. I don't know when my videos get better views, because let me tell you, this morning and the past few videos have done so much better the next day. It's unreal. I honestly did not expect that to be the trend, but technically that is the trend we're looking at here on Dolany TV nowadays, and things are looking pretty cool. So that is awesome. That is good, and I am liking what I'm seeing on the return so far. Of course, things are pretty positive. You just finished up a season where the Oilers got swept by the Avalanche. Not in the first round, not in the second round, in the third round of the Stanley Cup playoffs against the Stanley Cup winner. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good fate, even though it absolutely sucked. So now we get set for this season. We get set for the Young Stars Classic in Penticton, which is always the start to our Edmonton Oilers calendar. That's when you see the first live game with Oilers players that may be on the roster, and guaranteed we will have a player on the roster from the Young Stars Classic. That said, hold up a minute. Friends, this is the stupid part. When I quit, when the decline of Dolany TV from the height of its time back in 2021 started, I was at 8,782 subscribers. That is the highest point I ever reached here on YouTube. Well, I'm sitting at 8,717 as I upload this video. That means in the short span of 2 weeks that I've been back, we are already almost back to where we were and almost on to higher heights than ever. So if you're new to the channel, what I want you to do right now is consider taking the time to resubscribe if you're returning, or subscribe if, like I said, you are new. Because my friends, trust me, I don't want to sound like I'm not humble here, but obviously we got a good thing going on Dolany TV if we've amassed 8,700 plus subscribers for me talking about the Oilers. Alright, we got a pretty dang good thing going here. Let's keep it going, let's keep it growing, and let's keep that community going, because as much as sometimes the comments pain me, you know what? I have grown some great relationships online through those comments and through YouTube, and I look forward to doing more of that in the future. And the only way you can do that is by continuing to grow that subscriber base. So friends, today, the Young Stars Classic roster in Penticton. You've already seen it on social media. I could switch it up for you, and I might come display it for you, and in fact, why not? Let's do that. But as I talk about it, number one thing you need to know, quite simply put, is for the Oilers this season, they've got four, count them, four first round picks from the past, count them, 4 years coming into this All-Star or Penticton Young Stars Classic. Of course, what does that mean? Well, that means, simply put, for the Oilers, they are going to go out there with Philip Broberg, Reed Schaefer, Dylan Holloway, Xavier Bourgault, and run those four at the Young Stars Classic in Penticton. A real first chance to see the newest crop, right? Obviously, we've seen Philip Broberg for the past several years. We know what we're getting into with him. But at the same rate, it's still just as fun to see him. He is more than likely going to be the captain of that squad. I would guarantee that. In fact, write that down. Dolany TV said Philip Broberg is going to be the captain of this squad, because I almost think for sure there's no way he isn't. However, the Young Stars Classic roster, let me just get this snipped up for you. You've got a who's who of Edmonton Oilers prospects, and then a little bit of invite caliber players as well. Really, if you look at this roster, anyone big on this roster? I guess you got Reed Schaefer at 6'3" and Noah Philp at 6'3" as well. Noah Philp, quite an old man there at 24, but he's going to get on down there. He's going to be playing in Bakersfield this year and try and make a difference. And he is the oldest player on the roster, is Mr. Noah Philp, coming into this year's Young Stars Classic. So let me just snip this up, and Young Stars, and there we go. You'd think I'd be a little more organized. I say it every video. I really don't care. Friends, you know what? Part of coming back to doing this was really not making it what it used to be, where I had to be perfect all the time, and even when I was laughing at myself, I still sounded like I was a little upset or annoyed with what was going on. No, I'm just gonna be real with you, and I just ain't gonna give as much of a dang as I used to. And I think that's working. Quite honestly, I think that's working. The recipe for success we've had so far in my return. Anyway, friends, here's your Young Stars Classic roster. Can I sneak over here? Ooh, just give me a second. There we go. I snuck in here. So like I said, Xavier Bourgault, Jake Chiasson, Cole Dubinsky, Philip Angara, Dylan Holloway, James Hamblin. James Hamlin still only 23. That's incredible. Luka Hoff, Dino Kambietz, Ty Nash, Matvey Petrov, Noah Philp, Carter Savoy, Reed Schaefer, and Tyler Tullio. That's a who's who of Oilers prospects, plus a few invites. Philip Broberg, Noah Dory, Jeremy Hansel, Phil Kemp, Michael Kesselring, Darian Klebe, Maximus Warner, who's actually already been playing games with the Moose Jaw Warriors, might I add, and Charlie Wright, and well, he's an invite as well. That's the defense. Ryan Fanti, Olivier Rodrigue, and Jan Spunner. I'm not sure how I'm going to pronounce that one. We'll find out. At 6'3" in net. He's 18 years old. Probably one of the youngest guys on the roster next to Charlie Wright from the Saskatoon Blades of Olds, Alberta. Hey, that's my neighborhood, friends. We got a little bit of north of Calgary flavor to this roster, might I add. That's not bad. Of course, Noah Philp as well from Canmore, Alberta. Can't forget that. And don't forget Dylan Holloway from Bragg Creek. And what else do we got? Yeah, I guess you could talk about Cole Dubinsky from Ardrossan outside of Edmonton. But other than that, really, that's your roster. Obviously, there's some St. Albert and Spruce Grove boys in there, too, that you can talk about. We ain't going to worry. Surrey, BC, Coquitlam, BC represented as well. And Estevan, Saskatchewan for Mr. Maximus Warner. All right, friends, that's your roster. That's what you need to know. You can see who's an invite. You don't need me to... Sorry, I muted myself instead of disappearing the graphic. I'm an idiot. Whatever. It's all good. Hey, you know what? Hot live changes on the old editing machine as we go live. That's not a bad time. Anyway, let me put my feet up. It's been a long day at work. You know what? Solving all those life's problems for everybody else takes a toll on a guy. So with my feet up and everything said and done with the camp invite rosters, what else is there to really talk about? Other than nothing. Friends, there is not much else to cover. Other than I'll return back to talking about the subscriber point of view, where we are 65 subscribers off the all-time high on Dolany TV, and we could easily crush that before the end of the month if all goes well. So if you're new to the channel and you're excited for the Young Stars Classic, which will be live streamed here on YouTube by the Edmonton Oilers, and yours truly, I guess, will have to do just game reviews after the fact, well, tune in. Come on, come back, hang around. And if I'm going to leave you a challenge by the end of this video, find some random obscure videos that I've done over the years on Dolany TV. If I'm going to make mention at the end of this video here soon, you're going to see a post to one of my fishing videos I did. I quite strongly recommend checking that out because there was a whole life on YouTube for me before this Edmonton Oilers thing. And I think you'll come to appreciate the guy you see on camera now based on the guy you saw on camera back then. I'm Tyson, this Dolany TV. Friends, hockey is right around the corner. September 14th. Yeah, tomorrow things kick off. I forgot to mention that. Whoop! Bury the lead. Tyson, why not? Anyway, I am up on out of here.